Are you spending tons of time and resources creating content for your business but not seeing the results? If so, these copywriting pitfalls could be the reason why. Welcome back to another Solucru Talks. I'm Jonathan Sellers, CEO of Solucru, and today I'm joined by Ana Sofia Sanchez, a content strategist here on our team, and we're going to be talking through some of the major pitfalls that we see in copywriting that causes businesses to not get the desired results, not attract their audience, and not get leads and new customers. So welcome, Ana Sofia. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Jonathan. Thanks again for having me.
Yeah, so we've been digging through this a lot, and there's so many things to unpack in this because now, we have so much with the AI content creation tools and things like this. So there's a lot of opinions spinning around there right now, and you may be thinking we're going to talk about AI content creation, but we're not, because we're going to talk about genuine, real strategic pitfalls that people make. Sometimes it's because they just rely on content tools. Sometimes it's because they're thinking about it in the wrong way. So why don't we just jump into it? What is the first pitfall you see?
Okay, first mistake or pitfall is the copywriters are usually writing for themselves and not for their audience. It's okay to have your own voice. It's okay to personalize, not rely on AI all the time. But you need to know who you are writing for. Sometimes you have your way of writing, your lexic, some jargons that people don't understand, or you overcomplicate, and you have to know your audience. It's okay if you have your own blog and you want to attract people like you. In that case, I guess it's fine. But if you have company, you're selling services or products, you should know your audience, study them, and know what they like, so you focus on writing for them, not for you.
Yeah, we see this. I mean, we've been seeing this for years. This is a problem, especially in technical industries. I think like healthcare, like sometimes a healthcare client, in their day-to-day, they live, like you mentioned, the jargon or the abbreviations for things, or like the industry slang is a way I guess you can call it for talking about something. And they think because I've been saying this every day for years that also other people will understand this. But sometimes even people we find in the same industry don't fully aren't on the same page. So it's definitely, you have to take that step back and make sure you're really understanding who it is that you're trying to reach with that content.
Exactly. You could lose customers if you don't explain what you're talking about. You need to talk in a simple voice. You can't be being so technical. Imagine you're selling drones. Okay, you have to be specific about it, but also not everyone is an expert. Not everyone works with the drones. Or maybe someone is going into the drone world and wants to learn more about it. You have to be more simple with your words.
Yeah, and maybe you have to think about that in a different way, because that's a really good example, because some people in the drone world as consumers are very, very deep into that topic. So they know all the technical details and they're looking for that. But then some people are like, which drone should I use? Right?
Yeah, I think you have to have both the specifics and also digested value information for other people that are not experts.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, I think that's a good starting point. So shifting from there, what's the second pitfall that you see?
Okay, second mistake I see a lot is not being specific. You have to be very specific in your writing. People don't trust bluff anymore, like improve your life, feel better. You have to use numbers, percentages, details. Instead of saying improve your life by feeling lighter, you can say lose 10 pounds. People are very skeptical these days and don't believe any information we just put there. We have to use source, we have to use numbers, percentages. So as well, it's good that when you're writing, you can also put the source of information. that gives people more credibility.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that because I do think it is becoming more and more important to get right to the point, like how exactly will this help? Because I think people are beyond the point of trying to just generally, think that something is going to be good for them, right? So I definitely agree with that. I think that's super important. And I think then you have to elaborate on that. So if you make that claim, so if you say it's going to improve your conversion rates 25%, I think typically people are expecting you then to say exactly how, or at least say, because the reason we say this is because we've seen it in the past. Here's examples of it.
Exactly. Give testimonials, give examples, give source of information. How did you get to that conclusion? It's not, you cannot be too general about it. Use examples.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what's your third pitfall that you see that?
Okay, third most common pitfall is overcomplicating the message. Using too many jargon, using too many long sentences, not going straight to the point, not being specific. You really need to start thinking like you are writing for a 12-year-old. Direct, specific, straight to the point. People don't have the attention span to read so many long paragraphs anymore. You have to use bullet points. You have to be fun about it. You cannot be too scientific and overcomplicating the explanations of everything nowadays.
Yeah, and it's only getting, people's attention spans are only getting shorter because long form video, just the way content is just constantly served to people. It's people, they want to get it now, like within a few seconds. If they don't get it in a few seconds, then they're just going to go to the next thing.
Exactly. It's just like video format. You have to get the attention of the reader fast in the first few lines, the first two lines. You cannot wait until the third paragraph to start being interesting or to start being simple about it. People don't want to read a long intro about what they're gonna read. By the title, they should already know what they want to know, what they want to read.
Is it okay to have a long content if your intro is very succinct and to the point of what this long content is about?
It's okay to have a long content as long as it's simple. I will say I rather read two different blog articles about the same subject than a very long blog article, like only one. I prefer to have it separated.
Okay. Okay. What's the number 4 pitfall?
Okay, number 4 pitfall is not testing or tweaking your articles. You cannot trust that your draft is perfect. You really need to start testing it with your coworkers, with your friends. What do you think I can change? Sometimes the headline is the most important part of your content. That's like the presentation of what you're gonna write about. So 5% of people that change or tweak the headline have more readers than those who don't. You really need to start testing with your company, with people you trust about it.
Okay. So essentially get that feedback. Don't just rely on yourself. I think that goes back even to the first point about not writing to yourself. So take that a step further and actually get other people involved.
Exactly. You're not the center of the world. You need to start getting more feedback. Don't trust in your draft. You really need to wait 1-2 days and read it multiple times to see if you can tweak something. Sometimes it makes a big difference.
Okay, perfect. What about the 5th pitfall?
Okay, 5th and very common pitfall, even though people won't believe it, is not setting a call to action. You really need to add that, include it. Sometimes it drives action in readers. Okay, when they're reading, they probably want to know how to fix the problem they are facing. So without direction, without call to action, the reader might just drift away and leave your page forever. You need to create an irresistible call to action, and that might drive the sales.
Yeah, and I think so. I think that comes in copy, and I think that also comes, especially like in blog posts. This is a thing. I don't know the statistic here because I don't know that anybody tracks it, but I would say 90+% for sure of business blogs don't include a visual call to action in their blog posts. They just have text, right? So even if they are taking your advice and adding calls to action within the text, that requires the person to read it in depth to see those call to action. So if somebody has really engaged with your content, then it could work out. But one additional quick and easy way to boost this would be to put visual calls to action. So to put graphics or buttons throughout the body of the text.
Completely. That's a very interesting subject you touched. Not everyone likes to read a lot. Some people just drift away when there's no graphics, when there's no images. So you really need to create graphic design that impulses the reader to do something next, to find a solution to their problem.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's an easy fix. So I think these are great, right? So if you're thinking about your copy and content development, I think Anna Sophia's suggestions here might have identified at least one or two things that you know you're not doing, and can easily implement to improve the results of your content creation. If you have questions about it or would like to talk about how Solucru can help you improve your content strategy and your content program, then reach out. We're happy to discuss. Our team can do some audits and provide you with some suggestions about how you can improve it or how we can help you improve it. If you're still watching now, as always, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. You'll get notified the next time we post another Solucru Talks or any of our other videos. Thanks again for Anna Sophia for joining me.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, and for all you guys out there, see you next time.